Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I'm Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today we have another best of games list, but this time we're focusing on mixed reality. Now this technology is still in its infancy, the gaming experiences are not overly robust and do lean more towards the casual side, but the experiences are definitely improving over time, and today I'm going over my top 10 favorites. Before we get into this though, I want you to drop your number one favorite mixed reality game down in the comments, or just let me know if you don't play mixed reality at all. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but let's start things off with Wall Town Wonders. This is a very casual sim-style world building game where you help out some tiny people through a series of tasks and slowly help build up their town into the side of your own living space. Now the only major drawback on this title is the fact that it's probably too casual for most people. It ends up feeling like a rather lengthy and really nice demo rather than a full-fledged game. You'll end up carrying people around, using hand gestures to help fly a plane, blowing into the microphone and creating some wind for these characters in a godlike fashion, and then just basically sitting back and watching to see what they do. But the real standout on this title is just how amazing the graphics are. Wall Town Wonders comes from Cyborn, the same studio that gave us the absolutely beautiful Hubris, and here we could see their ability to pump out amazing graphics was not limited to just virtual reality. But if you're looking for more actual gameplay, how does a competitive shooter sound? Last Stand is like a zombie survival wave shooter in the middle of a 1v1 shootout. Here, your real life environment will be turned into a zombie survival bunker, and each kill will be scored, allowing you to unlock new weapons and power-ups. At the same time, you have a real life multiplayer opponent who's going through the same zombie invasion as you, but rather than helping defend one another, your main objective is to take each other out. Overall, it's a really cool combo and a lot of fun, but if you are interested in this game, see if your friends either already have it or are willing to pick it up at the same time. Like many other VR multiplayer games, the online community is quite small right now, so unless you know some people online, it might take a while to match up. Now, if shooters and online multiplayer aren't for you, and you're looking for something a bit more casual, I highly recommend Jungle Man. Now, oddly enough, this reminds me of a 3D version of Cut the Rope, but instead of it being a straight up puzzle, timing and skill are actually a big factor here. Your little Jungle Man continues to slide down any vine he's holding, and if you don't move quick enough or make jumps that are too far, he's gonna fall into oblivion. Overall, it's just some good casual fun, and everything from the mechanics to the style just work really well in mixed reality. Now, if you're cool with this level of cuteness and cartoony action, but want much more of an actual game, something that delivers an actual storyline and has a full single player campaign, well then the easy choice is Starship Home. Here your real life environment will be transformed into a spaceship, and you'll be sent on an epic journey to save the universe. Now, while the overall mechanics are quite simplistic, and you run through a bunch of different tasks, such as scanning things on different planets, removing items from storage and sending them into space, and clicking on a few consoles to progress the story and send your ship traveling through space. The game ends up mostly being an interactive narrative, but oh man does it deliver. Being able to see out into space through these virtual windows, or just watching the lighting effects change your whole room as you blast off into space, never gets old. So if you're looking for an interactive mixed reality story, there's really nothing better than Starship Home. But I demand some fantasy combat, and that's why we have Guardian of Realms. Now this is from the same studio that gave us Swordsman VR, but now we'll cover your room in some medieval decor and start battling against waves of soldiers and some demonic creatures. Now this title is still in beta and lacking content, but they're putting a lot of emphasis on mods and sandbox modes, and the price is perfect because this game is absolutely free. So there's no reason why you shouldn't at least give this game a try. And the same goes for the Infinite Inside if you have any interest in puzzle games. Now this comes from Mage Theory, the same studio that gave us Peaky Blinders and Doctor Who: The Edge of Time, and this time they're taking you on a unique journey that seamlessly blends VR and mixed reality. It all starts with a 3D puzzle entering your real life space that not only can you restructure and manipulate, but it will also transport you into a VR world that further pushes forward the game's immersive narrative and also gives you completely new worlds to explore. It's a must play for any puzzle fans out there, and it's more than worth the $12.99 asking price. Now next up, we have the first mixed reality game that ever really blew me away. Home Invasion originally started as a mixed reality mode for Drop Dead the Cabin. After a very positive response from the community, the developers decided to pull out the mixed reality mode and sell it individually. Now this was a fantastic decision because the title absolutely stands on its own and is more than worth the $9.99 asking price. Once again, your real life living space will be turned turned into a zombie survival bunker, but now you're fighting off more mutant-style creatures, and you'll have to keep a radio transmission up and running in order to survive the day. Overall, it has a perfect balance of action, unexpected moments, just the right level of creepiness, plus some really cool combat. Now, I had a lot of fun playing this with my family, but even more fun watching them in the action. But since I mentioned creepy, how does a horror-themed mixed reality escape room sound to you? Now, if that's something you're into, you should check out Shattered. Shattered is an immersive mixed reality adventure that'll turn your real-life environment into a warped playground of puzzle solving. There's this really cool mechanic where it feels like you are pulling virtual elements into the real world, and I really enjoy the more mature, creepy, supernatural theme. Like normal though, I know some people just can't handle horror in VR, so this might not be right for you, even though it's only rated teen. Now, we've made it to my #1 favorite mixed reality game, but when that's done, don't disappear guys, because I have 2 upcoming mixed reality titles that I want to talk about. As of right now though, the best mixed reality experience out there is definitely Spatial Ops. Not only does it deliver 2 completely different experiences, but they are both absolutely awesome. First, we have the single player campaign, which is like a combination of Robo Recall meets a mixed reality on-rail shooter. Now, I know the concept of an on-rail shooter sounds old school and a bit boring, but the fact that this runs in mixed reality and has a unique Portal-style mechanic actually makes it feel really exciting and new. It absolutely delivers on the fun level and overall action, and there's a good amount of replayability as you slowly unlock and upgrade new weapons. But where this game shines even more is in its current beta multiplayer. Here you get to build your very own battlefield and then run around it with up to 8 people in co-location. There's gameplay modes like Deathmatch and Capture the Flag, and overall this game ends up feeling like a sci-fi futuristic version of paintball. The only drawback is you need a lot of room for this one, but if you have the space for it, couches could be turned into bunkers and tables into defensive covers. Just building up the virtual landscape is a lot of fun, but when you actually get into the game, there's nothing else like this. And that right there was my top 10 mixed reality experiences, but there's also 2 games coming in the near future that look pretty damn exciting. First up, dropping this week is Table Troopers, which I've already played through, but can't talk about it just yet. Now, I've described this a bit as Angry Birds meets XCOM, but it's probably more akin to the strategic combat you see in Worms. There's a full single player campaign where you go through a series of challenges, or you could jump online for some multiplayer turn-based action. The 2 things that make this game shine though are the destructible environments and the physics behind each weapon. The combination can lead to some regrettable and also hilarious moments. And finally, we are getting the full release of Skyrunner Drone Hero. Now, this was previously known as Bomber Drone, but the name was changed after the publisher Flat the VR Studios picked the game up, and they also decided to expand on the overall content. Soon you'll have access to a full single player campaign filled with multiple different scenarios and challenges to complete. You'll also get to unlock new skins for your drone, and then battle it out in some online multiplayer. Now, I was impressed by this title all the way back in its Bomber Drone days, and I've just watched it get better and better since then, so I'm really looking forward to the full release. Now, if you guys think I missed any great mixed reality games, please let me know what they are down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and as always, I'll see you guys on next time.